Alright, here we go again, guys. So I've been doing the Tavern Brawl with all the World Championship decks. I've gotten through 7 of the 11, and I'm slowly working my way up to the ones that I think are going to be the best. I got through all the nostalgia. All the stuff from pre-2020 was not as good as the post-2020, but I'm going to do the Rogue deck 2021. This is, without a doubt, the hardest one to play, without any shadow of a doubt, because it's a combo deck, and I think in this metagame of the 11 decks available, it has the hardest time with the other decks post-2020. So I played a couple of practice games because I didn't want to completely embarrass myself on here. But first game I won against Mage, and every game after that I lost. So hopefully it'll be different this time, but I've got a pretty decent understanding of what we're doing here. Pretty much we just want to draw stuff until we can get our deck real thin, if not empty, and then throw Bloods in there with some spell damage and just kill them in one turn. So, playing against Demon Hunter, this could be real tough. I don't think I want Secret Passage yet. Let's see. I definitely want stuff like this. Maybe I hold Secret Passage. It doesn't seem right. I'm going to give it a try. I actually haven't had Secret Passage in my opening hand. And there's a lot of low-cost stuff, so if I play it on turn, I don't know, 2, 3, probably not 2, but 3 or 4 could be pretty good. Kind of hard to tell. So I'm going to go through about 5 games, kind of see how this goes. Okay, that's decent. This guy's pretty important to the deck. He makes your whole hand cost less, and you can kind of bounce him back to your hand with Shadow Step, stuff like that. Yeah, most of the time it's just correct not to do anything turn 1 and 2. Obviously, weapon is fine, but if they're playing a bunch of dudes, sometimes you got to use your small guys, because there's, I think, there's a couple of guys that deal damage to minions. Like there's where is it? The guy that I mulliganed that deals 1 damage for every other card that you've played this turn. There's the one that deals 1 damage. There's this guy, the one that deals a damage and gives them Divine Shield, and Penflinger. So they're all pretty much great interaction with this guy. This is a little bit more for the kill so that you can get the spell damage. But for now, I think we kind of hang back and just hopefully delay a little bit with these guys. Draw a bunch more cards. I may try Secret Passage next turn. I may go Coin Secret Passage so I have 3 mana to work with, but I'm not entirely sure if that's too early, so we're going to find out. I will most likely trade there because I want to counter any aggression I can as fast as possible. There's the other one, Prize Plunderer. Yeah, let's see what we can do here. So 1, 2... Got to keep track of the number of spells you play too because of the Plunderer. This is decent. I like that card. Brain Freeze doesn't seem bad here. Yeah, not really too much else I can do. And the cool thing with playing Secret Passage is if I draw cards, I get to keep them after my hand reconfigures to what it was before. So I can do this. Hopefully I draw a spell off of this. I could have done it before the Brain Freeze, but hoping to get something better. I don't... So this is the thing. I want to thin out the cards in my deck, so this is not super ideal to use these guys without the Octobot or whatever it is, but cool. So I'm 1 card up and a little bit better board position. Demon Hunter is pretty explosive, though, so this specific deck can come out of nowhere. Like, turn 4 or 5, they can just hit you for 9 or 10 very easily. Yeah, my favorite line of play is to get the Efficient Octobot and Penflinger, because Penflinger will deal a damage, make everything cost 1 less. That's also great. But then Shadow Step will return this to my hand, and Penflinger's Spell Burst is to return it to his hand, so you can just do it again. So that's pretty powerful. I can do this, but I like to save this guy for the combo to try and actually one-shot them in a turn. I think... So this is the thing too, sometimes making this cost less can speed up your combo a little bit, because the hero power you get is really powerful. So I think, I don't think it's correct to Octobot here, so I'm going to do this for now. There's Penflinger. Okay, that's better. Definitely going to hit him for 5, and then let's trade that. This is another piece for the combo that's pretty helpful, because you can also... It's got spell damage +2, and then if you use this guy, that'll be 3. You can do it twice and make it 4. 4 is the ideal one, but 3 works, because the... What's the card called? I think it's called Garrote. Garrote shuffles 3 bloods into your deck, and it deals 2 damage to your opponent. Each of the bloods deals 2 damage. So if you can get spell damage +3, then with 2, I mean, one of the Garrotes, if you can draw those cards, would be 4 at 5. So that's 20 damage right there. So if I can deal a little bit of damage myself, or just, yeah, I think I gotta do this here. I don't have a spell, so this isn't super ideal for Penflinger, but I do want to save the spell damage guy, so... It's fine. And I've got no spells, so I'm not going to trade that right now. I could actually use it to attack. That doesn't seem awful. That actually does seem a little bit better than using this guy, because I don't want to overextend on the board and just get completely wiped out there. So let's just do this. I mean, I guess I could do both, but... Again, trying not to super overextend. I'm trying to think. Yeah, they do play that guy, destroy a soul fragment, deal 3 damage to all other minions, I think. There we go. And then what? There it is, Blade Dance also, okay. Yeah, I remember I played a Demon Hunter deck very similar to this one back in the day. This is from 2020. And there's the Shadow Step right after I lost the Penflinger. But that's okay. So, I think I'm gonna bounce the guys to my hand. Yeah, because I get 4 2s with it. Also gives me some armor, which is helpful against the Demon Hunter. And then... I'm going to use this. I could do something silly like Shadow Step it and replay it, but I don't think that's worth it. I could have also Efficient Octobot. I think that would have been 0. I could have hit it with something and then Shadow Stepped it back. But I'd like to have a little bit better things in my hand before I do that. So this should be fine for now. Again, this is a very difficult deck to play, especially in this small pool metagame. It's going a little bit better than anticipated, though. I mean, Demon Hunter I expected to have us pretty dead by now. So being at 17 is reasonable. Wow, okay, maybe I should have played the second... Maybe... See, my gut was saying, hey, maybe you want to Shadow Step it. Because that would have held off some of that aggression there, but it's just delaying the inevitable, essentially. So I need some way to draw cards now, so I'm not in a great position here. I do have, what, 11, 13 I can attack for. Yeah, the Octobot's just not going to be helpful with this hand. I can try and spam the board, but at this point I don't want to overextend. So I'm just going to do this, I think. I'm trying to think if they have very many taunt minions I have to worry about. Just in case, I'm going to use this now rather than wait. Yeah, I don't know if anything else is really justifiable. I mean, I could do this, which at least protects one guy. Let's do that. That'll protect one guy should they have the guy that deals 3 damage to everything. And then they gotta find another way to kill it, which hopefully will be their hero attacking, which would deal more damage to them. So fingers crossed there. Yeah, so at this point I just need one Garrote. A lot of cards in my deck, but if I can get... what is he? There's the 3-mana guy that... Wow, they didn't have the soul fragment. Very nice, very nice. But if I can get the 3-mana guy where I draw a card every time I play a combo card or a battle cry minion, then that'll filter through the deck real fast. That card's very important to this combo because it enables you to get through your deck quickly, but it also enables you to draw cards to get to the bloods that you shuffle into your deck. So I got there with the weenies. All the little guys did work there, so very surprising I took down Demon Hunter. I think the guy that makes their spells cost more was probably very helpful. And that is one aspect of the strategy, is just you're playing small guys, so you might as well get a little swarm effect going and bring them down so you don't have to get both of the Garrotes. Yeah, there's kind of a couple ways to play this deck, but for the most part, you just got to cycle through your deck as fast as possible. So I'm going to try keeping Shadow Step this time because the Warrior deck is a little bit slower. Also, they play a lot of spells that deal 1 damage to all minions, and most of my guys have 1 health. I think Secret Passage should be fine around turn 3 or 4, but I am nervous about them dropping guys. Like, if they go like Armor Smith, Acolyte, or the 3-mana 2/4 that gains attack every time it takes damage, or any minion takes damage. You know, let's just give this a try. Let's see what happens. Okay, that'll make the Secret Passage cost 0, so hopefully turn 3 that'll be much more valuable. I mean, one thing I can hope for, not sure if it's really very valid, but if they're dealing damage to their minions a bunch for sake of value, if they get them down to 1 health, then I've got a bunch of guys that'll kill them like that. Very niche situation, so I'm kind of doubtful. I'm actually not going to hit them right now, because with this Warrior deck, it's the Grim Patron combo. They play Battle Rage, I think it is, and that draws a card for each damaged friendly character. So including themselves, if they take some damage and then start armoring up, then they can draw an additional card with Battle Rage. So I know that they want to get hit, so I'm going to wait until they have armor to hit them with that. I don't hate Secret Passage here, especially since it costs 0. This could give me some things to work with. Okay, so I've played 1 card so far. This will make this cost 1. And when this shuffles back, it'll remain costing 1, I believe, which is awesome. I think this guy is fine here. Yeah, let's shuffle him back. And like I said last game, the cards that I draw after I play Secret Passage I get to keep. So I'm up a card. Yeah, pretty much with this deck, I want to play all of the 2010s decks. So like the first practice game I played with this deck, I played against Mage, and they didn't really stand a big chance. The Mage deck has a lot of options against this. There's some really good draws for that Mage deck, but it takes a lot of patience and a lot of proper sequencing. Okay, so let's go Preparation into Shroud. Drawing 2 minions. There's Field Contact. That's a great one. So I've played 2 cards so far. If I play one more, then these guys deal 3 damage, and we can get rid of these without worrying about giving them too many additional cards.
I wonder.
I could also use this to give him Divine Shield and kill one. Yeah, you know what? Let's go here. And then that's 3 cards, so this should deal 3 damage here. So they only draw a card apiece on that, which isn't ideal, but there are a lot of shenanigans they can get into with that. Yeah, I think I chill. I'm very surprised they haven't armored up. There it is, Frothing Berserker. Very good card. And Whirlwind. Big boy over there. Yeah, this guy can get out of hand very quickly, so Brain Freeze is a great draw. I think I'm going to play this, use Brain Freeze, draw a card because of the field contact, and I think I'm going to Shadow Step it back, because field contact is very valuable early and late. I think that works. So we'll do that. Ooh, Swindle's good too. I could do this to draw an additional card. I don't hate that. I like to save this for the combo, but I do need to get through this deck pretty quickly. Let's do that. So we'll do this, and then draw a card, then Shadow Step.
For my discretion.
There's the Octobot. Yeah, that's definitely... Yeah, for a second I was thinking maybe I Shadow Step this guy so I have something to use on the Octobot, but Swindle ideally will draw me a minion that'll do that because there's so many in the deck. That's hilarious. So now that they've taken damage, I don't care if I hit them or not. That is totally cool. I think I Secret Passage here. Prize Plunderer could kill this, but I'm at 29 and it's turn 6, so I'm not super worried about my life for taking a little bit more damage. I mean, they could hit me for 7 next turn, which could be annoying, but I'm not really worried. So I can Efficient Autobot and Penflinger. It's not the greatest, because it's going to make these cost less, and I think I'm going to trade this and see if I get something better. Okay. So is it more valuable? Either way, I'm going to just make this cost 1 less. So if I do all this, then I'm wasting resources to make this cost less. So I'm just going to trade this, which will make it cost less. And then I get to keep this card because I drew it. And I think that's fine. Yeah, not a super great turn, but making Garrote cost 1 less is a little helpful for the combo later, which seems reasonable to attain. As long as they don't have a bunch of armor, I should be able to do that.
Armor made to fit. Armor made to fit.
Ay, ay, ay. So it looks like I'm taking 7. They're gaining like 6 armor. Okay, Swindle's good. So I think I'm going to do this. And then I've got double Swindle, so I can really get through a lot of cards in the deck. Excellent draw. I think this guy's okay here, actually. So let's do this, and then the Brain Freeze and the Swindle will draw me an additional card. So we're going to Brain Freeze this guy so they don't gain more armor when I hit the other guy with the weapon. Penflinger is great since I have the Octobot. Yeah, let's see what this gets.
Here we go.
And I'm kind of tempted to Shadow Step it, but I do have another one in my hand. So I'm going to save the Shadow Step for the Pen Flinger the following turn. So next turn, I'm going to go Octobot, Pen Flinger, Shadow Step the Octobot. I get both back. I can do it again, even. Ooh, got the Grim Patron. Okay, that's good too. I guess that's the other one. It's weird because I don't think, according to like normal Hearthstone game mechanics, that if you make something cost less and then put it in your deck that it keeps that. But I've had it happen before in one of the practice games I played, which I was very surprised by. So we'll see if that is in fact correct or just some kind of glitch. So that there. This comes back here. Bringing back Pen Flinger also. And then I can do this. I'm tempted to Field Contact, but I think it's too early for that. So I've played a bunch of cards, so this will now... What is that? 1, 2... Yeah, quite a bit. So that'll kill Grim Patron, so I don't have to worry about this silly combo. Let's definitely kill that guy. Let's draw 2 minions. And that seems fine. 4 cards left in the deck. I think next turn I'm going to try and go for the combo. Because I've got this guy for plus 2 spell damage. And then I've got this to make it plus 3. So that'll make these deal 5 apiece. If I'm also playing Field Contact, Gromosh is a problem. Alright, let's see what I can do here. I gotta be quick also is the problem. Because you very easily will run out of time. Alright, let's do this and draw a card. Nice, okay. So then 2 cards left in the deck, so if I do this and this, and then this here, I guess. I think I just need to draw a bunch of cards is basically the only way to go about this. I do this. I would like to see if I draw... Okay, so that's helpful to draw. That's good. I think I'm going to do this so I draw. Let's make sure I attack them. Ooh, and that showed a skull, so I think they're dead. I think we got them. Come on. Yeah, game animation makes this take forever.
I'm out of cards.
Yeah! 2-0 with Rogue. I did not think I was going to start this good. Very glad I played some practice games. Okay. From what I've found in some of these games, the Priest matchup is unwinnable. I could be wrong, but I think I played 3 practice games, and it was Mage, Priest, Priest, and the Priest just wiped the floor with me. Like, by turn 6 or so, I was basically dead, or couldn't effectively use my resources anymore.
You asked for it. Watch your back.
Okay, Mage is great. Again, they do have many ways to... they have many ways to favorably interact. Like, if they play their cards efficiently, they can do some serious damage. But I am happy to see this matchup. It's much better than playing a deck post-2020. Because this is 2016 Mage. Okay.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
So if I draw a 1-drop, I can go 1-drop, Prize Plunder, Shadow Step it, Prize Plunder. Wow. Or I could just Prize Plunder 3 times. That seems a little bad, I'm not going to lie. But Mana Worm can get out of hand. It is only going to be turn 2. Yeah, I guess I'll just have to take a little bit of damage. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not happy about it, but yeah, an unchecked mana worm can do an enormous amount of damage, especially if they follow up with spell damage cards or spell damage +1 or Flame Waker, stuff like that. This guy's good against them. I do like that a lot. I think I'm going to play that in Shadow Step because that'll hinder them by quite a bit. And that also gives me 1, 2, 3 cards, and then I can kill the Mana Worm. Boom! Now that's a turn right there. All their spells cost 2 more. Arcane Missiles for 3? Huh? Huh?
Let's make magic.
There you go. Cult Sorcerer, of course.
Amazing.
So I think we just gotta kill that. That's a no-brainer. I kind of want to just swindle. I would like to get max value, but I think drawing 3 cards would be very helpful. Because I need some gas here. This hand does not have much gas anymore. Wow. I'm going to hold the weapon up just in case I don't end up with enough mana to do it next turn. I like to have the weapon available, because there's nothing like having to choose between playing, cards related to your combo or, getting your weapon up again to take out something pesky. Very interesting, okay. That tells me that either they are impatient, because Fireball's great for finishing things off, or it tells me they've got all gas in here, and that they're just following a sequence of plays that's mathematically going to lead to my demise. I think this is great here. I would have liked to play this guy, but this will make it so I can do this next turn. And I think... Oh no, I can still do the... Yeah, what am I talking about? Let's do that. Gotta do math, man. And let's chill here. So this is going to take away my ability to make the weapon next turn, so I'm just going to hold this up for, the off chance that I need it for something. 2 mana Arcane Missiles. I love it. Still got my Octobot, which is great. Yeah, that double Neophyte off the Shadow Step was super clutch. And this is awesome, because now I can return the Octobot with this, because it's going to return all minions to their hands. And I get 2 4/2s. So now next turn I can Octobot and Penflinger, should that be appropriate. But this is even better here. Check this. This. They gotta be so mad right now. Because the best part about this is it makes it harder for them to do some kind of a Flame Waker sequence. Flame Waker is a 3 mana 2/4 that deals 2 damage, randomly split among enemies whenever you cast a spell. That's annoying, but fine. So sometimes some of the best plays with this deck is like Flame Waker, Coin, Arcane Missiles, especially if you have spell damage, Frostbolt, all that type of stuff. So I was gonna Autobot or Octobot Penflinger, but I don't know if that's super necessary here. I think I'm just gonna do this. And then I think I just Brain Freeze this. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Because this will return to my hand with the spell burst. So I can do this. And I'm tempted to do it again. I don't think I want to take 5 here. So let's do that. And because they're at a low life total, I'm going to do this. It's not necessarily correct, I don't think. But they're at 10, and them having no minions gives me a little bit better shot. They do have stuff like Arcane Missiles. They could pay Flame Waker and a couple spells, which will most likely take out my whole board. But it's close enough that drawing 1 or 2 Bloods would significantly... There he is. 1 or 2 Bloods would significantly impact their life total, though. So both my guys? Okay. Any more spells? No more spells, please. Oh, that's great. Okay, so now... So I'm definitely doing this. Let's do this into this.
It's quiet.
And then I'm going to go Pen Flinger, hit their guy. Because it's only minions, yeah. Ooh. So, let's do this then. And I think we've probably got him. Because now I can field contact and then Pen Flinger again.
It's quiet.
So this will draw me 2 cards. Just need 2 Bloods. Come on. Come on! Alright, so they're down to 3. That's fine. And I don't think they have any ways to gain life or gain armor, really. They may be able to discover cards or something, but that's... I'm trying to think of what would even do that. I don't think they even really discover cards. This will help thin out the deck, and if they don't kill both of my field contacts, then those minions will very likely have Battle Cry that I'll draw cards off of. Alright, annoying, but fine. Yeah, this game is, I think, more in my favor at this point, but they still can beat me. Okay. Ooh, yeah, that's tough, having to give up the Flame Waker for that guy, but very important. Good call on their part. There's a Blood. Okay, bleed him, bleed him. 1 more bleed. Okay. Dang. So... let's do this and something. Okay, tradable is good. Just literally need 1 more bleed. Yeah, there we go. 3-0, believe it or not. I'm very happy with this. So Demon Hunter, Warrior, Mage, playing everything 2020 and below. The Demon Hunter, I'm the most surprised by. The Warrior and the Mage, I knew I had a much better shot. I'm just praying I don't play against Priest. If I can go 5-0 and just miss Priest the entire time, that would be phenomenal. And actually, out of all the decks I played, Demon Hunter, Paladin, Druid, Hunter, Mage, and Warrior, and now Rogue, the only one I've gone 3-0 with in the first 3 games is Rogue. So that's very surprising. Another Mage. Oh.
You asked for it.
Thank you, Hearthstone gods. You are looking down upon me favorably. So that's going. Prize Plunder will be good should they have Mana Worm or Sorcerer's Apprentice or something early. Not sure about the preparation. It does help power out the combo for Plunderer, but I don't have a spell, and I mean, I guess, yeah, let's see what happens.
Hello.
Okay.
The pleasure is mine.
Unfortunately, this won't make anything in my hand cost less because the spells I have already cost 0. So I'm tempted to wait on it. I'm trying to determine how valuable it is to just filter and get another card.
Choose soon.
You know what? It is another card that I can play that could enable this to deal more damage, so I'm going to hold for now. I could also just play the weapon as is, should they play something super pesky, like Sorcerer's Apprentice that kills. I think it's Cult Sorcerer is the other one. Interesting. That doesn't seem like the right play at all. What? Okay, then. Let's do that. Yeah, the spell damage guys in the mage deck are very valuable because they give you a way for, obviously, your spells to deal more damage, but it's one way that you kind of push the power over the edge. Because if you've got, say, Flame Waker, Sorcerer's Apprentice, and spell damage, you just start playing spells and dealing a bunch of damage very easily. Okay. So what I'm thinking here... Ooh, also that guy. I'm thinking I actually will play the weapon here. It could make Secret Passage cost 0, but that doesn't really matter that much. So I'm just going to do this. So that's one card. 2 cards. 3 cards. Now this kills Mana Worm. And this kills that. I don't want to, but I may preparation into Secret Passage next turn. Really depends on what I draw. Because I would like to filter more cards out of the deck through Secret Passage. Also, ideally drawing some cards. Totally fine. Yeah, 2 mana Arcane Missiles is great for me. Ooh, Swindle's very good. So we're just going to Swindle. That's significantly better. And I still can Secret Passage, but... No, we're just going to... This would be good, but we don't quite have enough cards to make it worth it. So I'm going to Secret Passage after all. I usually like to have a little bit more mana. 3's normally like the minimum to do this. So whatever I draw, I'm going to get to keep, which is good. And it hit from the weapon, so let's just do that. And now I'll have those 2 extra guys. Good stuff. So that makes Octobot, Penflinger a little bit better next turn. Not by much. You want to think about it like... Think about the amount of mana you're saving. Because right now, if I play this, I'm only saving 3 mana, because it's going to make all these 1-cost guys cost 0. Shadow Step. Ay, ay, ay. Not what I wanted to see there. I really would like to draw some cards. Yeah, it's turn 5. I'm at 24. They have no board. I'm not really concerned. And you know what? Because I have double Shadow Step, I'm going to do this. Just Shadow Step it back. I get both back. The rest of my hand costs 0, except for that guy, obviously. Alright, 16 cards left in the deck. A Field Contact would be the best possible draw here, because that'll let me draw a lot of cards. Good old Azure Drake. I remember that guy was in every other deck.
Another happy guildie.
Okay, that's helpful. There's the Field Contact. Good stuff. And another Octobot. So let's do this.
Efficient is sufficient. Initiating
So I have played 3 cards. 1, 2, 3. So if I can play one more, then this guy will kill the Azure Drake. So I think I Shadow Step here. I like this deck a lot. The first like 10 games are pretty rough. Thankfully, I got to watch people play it as I played other decks in this, and I got to see a lot of other people's mistakes. There was one player that that I played that came very close to killing me. I think I got down to like 2 life. They literally just needed 1 more bleed, but they ultimately could not make it. I don't think I've lost to Rogue, have I? Yeah, out of all the games I've played with 7 of these decks, I've never lost to Rogue. So I think it's very difficult to pilot, and it's kind of hard to justify putting all that time into it for the average player just for a Tavern Brawl that's a week long. But I think it teaches you a lot. Like, that's my biggest argument for this is you're learning about not only the history of Hearthstone, but like deck building, play sequencing, all sorts of stuff. And at the highest level, because you're dealing with the decks that literally were the best of that season. So I think field contact is just fine here. Then I'll draw a card off of Penflinger, and what else do we get? Give me a good card. Okay, that'll also draw me a card and hold that guy off should I not be able to kill him. Let's do... Do I Penflinger again? I could auto Octobot and Penflinger again. So let's do that. I think I'm just gonna do this. I get to draw a card and it makes these 0, which is helpful. Cool. I assume the field contact is gonna die, which is unfortunate, but the way it goes. The secret passage will hopefully give me a bunch of gas. Good old Flame Strike. I don't remember if their deck plays Ragnaros. That with this guy could be kind of troubling, but we'll see. I could go for some of the combo, actually. You know what? Let's run it. Let's give it a try. So we do this, and this here. So now I've got spell damage +4. Come on, show me. There we go. Yeah, +4. Then I throw these in the deck, so 6 to their face. And then Secret Passageway will hopefully, or Secret Passage will hopefully get me stuff that will... I mean, obviously get the bleeds, and then hopefully get me the other Garrote. Yup. So now I can do this. And this. And then let's do this. Give this guy Divine Shield just for a little bit more protection. Not sure if it's going to matter, but... I guess it's the same thing if it's got 2, because... Yeah. So what, I got 2 bleeds out of the deck, and there's 4 left in there. So 4 of the 11 cards I have are bleeds.
Someday I'll be just like you.
Well, look at them go. That's what I'm talking about. Flamewaker, Sorcerer's Apprentice. It is crazy time. Flame, not a... Oh, Fireball, wow. Sure thing, buddy.
Cast a spell. I want to cast a spell.
So it was a little bit of a stretch to try the combo there, but it dealt 18 to him. I think it was worth the risk. Nice. So let's do this.
Probably.
Get a swindle. Excellent. So now I can do this
It's quiet.
and this.
Muzzle their magic.
That'll draw me another card. So 2 cards left. Pretty sure all the bleeds are gone. They were at 12. They're at 4 now. That's 8 damage. Yeah, there were 4 left. So there's no more bleeds left. So I essentially just have to deal 4 more damage. So I'm going to hit them with this and not show them the other weapon. Obviously I can't, but in that situation, you don't want to telegraph and let them know because they may play differently. But it looks like this may be in the bag unless they can deal 14. Ay, okay. If they got a spell that or something that can clear my board, this could be rough. Okay. So I go to 4, and then I kill them. Oh, because they got what? Yep. What did I say? That could be a problem. Can't be mad at that. Yeah, well done. Very well done. Yeah, especially having the win in my hand also. How can you be mad at that? Alright, so 3-1 after 4 games. This will be the last one with the 2021 Rogue. Definitely check out the other videos if you guys want to see those. Lots of fun stuff. Like the Paladin deck I went 4-1 with. That one I started 2-1 and then went 3-4 wins. Whereas with Rogue, I'm still very surprised. I just went 3-0, then started losing. The Druid deck did the worst so far. I love that deck, so I was very happy to play it. And I'll probably do a lot more playing of it in my free time. Ooh, Warlock, I think is... This could be just an awful matchup. Let's do this. Yeah, this Warlock deck is incredibly powerful. I think it's from 2024. They build a big starship. They have just a ton of incredibly powerful cards.
Another happy guildie.
Ooh. I'm not going to use it now, but this into Swindle should be good. Also helps power out Shroud of Concealment. Alright, so I have options, but I'm usually not very hopeful playing against this Warlock deck unless I'm playing a deck that was from 2020 or before. I've talked many times in these videos, so I'm not going to repeat it too much, but essentially the decks from the 2010s and the decks from the 2020s, just vast difference in power level. So yeah, the only things I have left to play are the Shaman deck, the 2 Priest decks, and the Warlock deck. I tried to save like what seemed to be the best decks for last, and I started with all the stuff that was really nostalgic for me. Okay, so this guy is a problem. I'm not sure that I can do anything about it though. Let's start with Swindle. So it's 2 cards played. Okay, that's much more helpful. Thank goodness. Yeah, we gotta get rid of this guy. Before we do, let's just see if this makes it cost less. It doesn't, but that's okay.
Here we go.
Here we go indeed. So that this guy is very good in that deck. They've got some really good synergy between this. There is the Starship piece that Death Rattle gives them armor. And there's also a guy that Battle Cry is destroy a guy. And the Death Rattle is, I think, bring it back. And there's also the 4-mana guy that doubles your Death Rattles, and when you play a Death Rattle guy, destroy it. And I've seen people combine all those cards and just make a ginormous starship ready to blow, like, 2020 type of nonsense. So yeah, they wanted to give that guy Reborn, which is understandable. That's pretty good.
So many options. Here we go.
Not the greatest play, but
Probably.
it'll get stealth, and it'll start getting through some of these pesky minions they're going to be playing. I'm tempted to double Neophyte next turn. Secret Passage might be better. I'm trying to remember what spells are going to be the most difficult for me to handle and when they come down. The worst things for me are the portals. There's the Nether Void or something like that. Twisted Nether, I forget. But basically they get 3/2 demons every turn. And they can also turn their deck into a portal that makes demons that get bigger every turn. Alright, there is the armor guy. So yeah, that with the guy that gives Reborn or the double Death Rattle is really annoying. Alright, what are we going to do here?
So many options.
I could Brain Freeze this guy, especially considering they're not doing any shenanigans so far with it. Yeah, I guess that seems okay. I don't want to waste the spell damage guy, but...
Choose soon.
yeah,
Here we go.
yeah, I don't anticipate this being a win, but... there's a chance, I guess. Ay, ay, ay. Alright. Well, I'm glad they played it, and they don't have any of the other cards I've mentioned already. So maybe they're just being a little impatient, which I like. I am down for that. So I could go double Neophyte, Shadow Step, play one again, and then if they survive next turn, use this to get them back. I don't know that it'll have too much effect on them, but they do have some spells that are annoying for me. I could also Secret Passage. I'm just not sure. 17 cards. Let's give the Secret Passage a try. Okay, good. Good.
Choose
happy guilty.
Give me that. Look what I want. Give me that. Look what I want. Power has its price.
I could have shadow stepped this guy, but I wasn't sure if that would really be right. When the rope starts coming out, I'm trying to be better at making less impulsive decisions, like just decisions for the sake of doing so, because that is one of my personal flaws I found in gameplay. And reminder, if you're not evaluating your own flaws in gameplay and your own personal biases and the traps you fall into and sometimes lay down for yourself, then you will normally be stuck in whatever skill level you're at. So that's one of my flaws, so I'm trying not to be too quick to just play things for the sake of playing things because of the rope. Well, this just got worse, because I don't want them to have this again. They did what? Okay, so that's even better now. Seriously? Summoning a copy of that is not going to do what you think it does, buddy. It doesn't give you another piece of the band. 2, 4, 6 cards in hand, plus those 3 will be 9. Perfect. And might as well do this.
Muzzle their magic.
Okay, so there is... I get the feeling this player doesn't know all of the synergies of the deck, which is great for me because it gives me an extra shot to actually win. Interesting. Okay, annoying, but it's manageable. So I don't like that they'll get more armor off of that, but I think I should get rid of it. Especially considering I've got the Plunderers. So let's go 1 card.
That should upgrade.
2 cards.
Give me that.
So 2 there.
What I want.
Hit that. That's 3 cards I've played so far. That would be 4, 5, 6.
Hear that sizzle?
So 4. This will do this. That'll get me Penflinger back also. Let's do that there. Penflinger here. And then this one here. That's how we do it. Watch, they're just going to destroy my whole board. They've got, I think, 3 damage to all minions is a card that they play. Yeah, finding all the nuances in a deck like this is a lot of fun. Because figuring out how you can be like, oh, there's 2 6/8s. How do I kill them with this random board of 1/1s? Okay, that's annoying, but fine. Surprised they used it on that guy, though. Really? Very odd plays, but what? Okay, yeah. I think it's pretty clear this guy doesn't understand the deck they're playing, but that's totally fine by me. Works out well. 10 cards left in the deck. I feel a little obligated to try and go for something here.
It's quiet.
So with this, yeah, let's do the spell damage first. So This is unfortunate, but I gotta go one here, draw a card. One here, draw a card. And then let's do this first. Awesome, that's great. Shadow Step is excellent. So now I can go this here. This. That's gonna give me that guy back. Come on. That, sure. Yeah, it didn't. Ay, ay, ay. Yeah, it's really tough to get all of these decisions out there. The game animation for Pen Flinger is just so obnoxious. I'm a big believer that if the game animations hinder your ability to play the game, then they're not really worth it. Like, if there was a checkbox for, like, turn off game animation, I would definitely do that. They're just freezing a bunch of guys, and this is really fascinating. They're giving me a lot of... Okay, table flip's annoying, but I've got plenty of stuff in hand still. Nice. So I think I only got through, what, 2 bleeds last turn? So I think there's one more.
Potions, flasks, BOE, I got it all.
Oh, I guess I should have used that for the spell. Whatever. Use it here. Those shuffle in. I think I just secret passage. Wait, are there only... There might only be... Oh, I think there's only Cutlass... Yeah, there's only 2 cards. There's only Cutlasses left in my deck. Dang it, so I really should have played one so that I could hit them and then just be done with this. Ay, ay, ay. They still have ways to gain life, so they may be able to get back up there. That's unfortunate. Man. That's not good. Thank God it took them this long to get it. Alright. But they're not using it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Do I... Oh, so close. Wow. It's hard not to laugh at this nonsense. And I have a feeling if I play minions, they're gonna think they have to kill them. So let's do this. And this. No, we do this. And then this.
Quiet. Too quiet.
And hopefully they don't realize that using their hero power will in fact heal them for 2 and not deal 2 damage. If I can just deal 2 more damage, that's all I need. Yeah, I'll be amazed if I go 4-1. Ah, they know. Dang. Alright, so they got me. There's no way I'm going to catch up with this.
Sneaky. I like it.
Yep, super got me. Well, that's the way it goes. And that is genuinely one of my biggest complaints with Hearthstone, and pretty much most games nowadays. And I've played Magic the Gathering off and on for about 20 years, and power creep in basically every game is a real thing. That Warlock deck is so incredibly powerful that they can just be like, oh, well, I'm just going to play the deck wrong, and then, oh, I won. Definitely my mistakes were a piece of that, but that's really unfortunate. So I got 4 more decks, Shaman, Priest, and Warlock left to play, so keep an eye out for those videos, guys. Peace and love, lots of other stuff on the YouTube, so check it out.